G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. For this video I'm going to review the Rollerblade Lightning. This is the Lightning 90 in this grey colour, or I've forgotten the name of what kind of grey it is. I've had different frames on it, but I kind of dressed this one up because I really like the combination of the NN brand Sumo frame, which is a rocketed 4x110 in the silver or the chrome kind of colour. It comes in black as well, but I think it really works well with this boot. It looks nice, but I have this boot on different frames just to test it. But the Lightning, so it's in a price point that's cheaper than Twister. It's a softer plastic, probably not as strong. It's got way more flex in the plastic because it's thinner and it's lighter. It uses these memory buckles, which you can see it all on the Rollerblade promotional videos and so on. How they work is there's kind of 3 notches you can choose to put it in, and you pretty much use the same notch every time, but you do the adjustment on this side, which allows you to kind of move it back and forwards along that ratchet. Anyway, you move it to what you want. There we go, that's probably better. So it goes left to right. Yeah, so you find the position you want through a bit of trial and error, and then putting it back on, which is quick. Yeah, I loved it at first because it's just so quick, and I was hoping I could just run it with buckles and no laces, but then I kind of went back to laces and buckles, so just having that security. Yeah, so the liner is very fat, very padded, very comfortable. It's not the same quality or standard as, say, the Twister. That's a more premium liner. But as an entry boot, it's perfect. It's comfortable. It'll be suitable for everyone. The only thing I don't like about it is the height of the tongue. You can't make that go down any more. So for me, I like to get down low when I skate because I'm used to speed skating and marathon skating. I find it a bit obstructive because it's just too high. I kind of want to chop the top off so I can get a little bit more forward flex. But if you're a new skater, you're starting out in rollerblades or inline skates, it'll really help you feel secure and supported. Another reason I kind of wanted to try this out is because Twisters don't have the ventilation cutouts, and in Australia it gets quite hot in summer, and when I did my 24-hour skate, that was one thing. Even though I was using Maxims, which had more ventilation than Twister, I still ended up with really sort of pruny skin, or my feet were soaked, and I should have been changing socks like more in that 24 hours. But this one's you've got air holes in the front. You got 2 there. You got a big one on the side. One's at the back on the heel to let hot air out, and same again on the back of the cuff. You don't have a cuff bolt. It's a rivet, so the cuff is riveted onto the boot, so you can't change cuffs if you want to change colours. That doesn't matter to me because I don't want to change colours. And you don't have to worry about a bolt coming loose, which used to plague the old Twisters. I haven't really had it happen on the new Twisters. The strap the carry strap is bigger than Twister, which is nice, especially for the new skates carrying them going skating. There's not a lot to the boot other than that. I figured it. I kind of thought maybe you got nice crash sliders here, nice and thick for people starting out skating, which would be good because you're gonna fall as part of skating. I thought because it was a softer plastic and it doesn't have the anti-torsion box in the base like the Twister, which is that reinforced plastic to kind of give you more rigidity in the base, make it more solid. It doesn't have that, so I thought this is going to be a really slow skate and really inefficient. But for just everyday street skating and cruising, I haven't really noticed it at all. I find it sort of pretty quick, really, for a plastic skate. Yeah, so, and these are way cheaper than twisters at the moment if you're buying them online from different sites around the world. So if you're after just, they come in the 80s, 90s and 110 setups. Not with this frame, obviously. You've got a 3x110 on a short frame. You got a longer 4x90 frame, and then there's the standard 4x80. Yeah, if you're looking for a do-it-all skate to get you started and get you into inline skating, and at a price that's way better than Twister, you pretty much can't go wrong with the Lightning. And they just look cool, I think. They're a really sort of stylish skate. They're very minimalistic. I know some friends of mine that I've tried to always convince them to go and get twisters because I love twisters so much and I think they're the perfect do-it-all skate. Some people just don't like the look of them. They think they're a bit too angular and it's just the look doesn't appeal to them for some reason. These are more kind of, they don't have those hard edges. It's more rounded, more like a kind of conventional skate. The other thing, or one of the reasons I put this frame on this boot is because this is a really massive frame. It's quite chunky, it's quite long, quite large, and it's got a really big overhang on the back. And when you put this frame on a twister, it looks a bit weird because it looks like the back of the frame kind of sits too far out the back of the boot. And that is one big difference between, say, Twister and Maxim. The boot is much bigger on the Lightning. It looks like a chunkier, bulkier boot. The sizings are all the same as the rollerblade sizings. You don't have to worry about them being too big or too small or whatever. But it's just the actual physical size of the shell is quite bulky, which works really well with this massive frame because it actually suits it. If you're packing them into luggage, you can kind of notice the difference between, you've got this really high tongue, really tall boot, really bulky kind of plastic boxy front boot, which yeah, it's just a difference. It's not good or bad, neither here nor there. It's just a difference in the overall sort of style and look at the boot. Yeah, otherwise you've got the same kind of thing in a lot of the, same as Twister. You got a shock absorber in the heel, which is a piece of rubbery kind of plastic under your heel to absorb those vibrations. Makes the really comfortable skating in rough surfaces. Yeah, but everything is typical rollerblade quality. Everything works, everything looks good, everything looks like it all lasts. Rollerblade boots, they always seem to have been made in Vietnam. I'm sure these are all made in China now, but does it make them feel cheap or any less quality than they were previously? I don't think so. I think they're holding up to their standards and they're still my favourite brand. So, thanks for watching.